Well, what's the crack, everybody? How are you getting on? You're all very welcome as I hit the microphone to Buckshot. This is another Ramble Pod. I think. How are you doing? As you will get this for the majority, it will be the 9th of December 2020. I'm releasing this late on the 8th for the Patreons, of course, for the ad-free version. You know, because the Patreons deserve that. Shout out to the new Patreon this week, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. There you have it. Genuinely, Mickey Mouse has become a Patreon. Mickey or Michael or Michelle, whichever you want to be known, sound out. Shout out to, and there's somebody else. Why the fuck didn't I write down the other person's name? I'm recording downstairs, of course, because herself is on Zoom upstairs, because that's the way we roll now. That's the way everybody's rolling. So I'll get on top of it. I know Enda upped his fucking whatchamacallit, his subscription / donation to the podcast. So thank you very much for that. That's what you do. Everybody knows about Patreon at this stage. If you want to do it, you can get in at $3 hairs, and it's very much up to you what you want to do after that. You can give more if you feel the podcast is worth it to you. Go back if you're brand new and you're just going, you know what, fuck it, is it? I have a lot of time over the Christmas and I'm new. There's a fucking gang of stuff back there. There's over 160. There's 165 of Buckshot interviews. There's 106 of whatchamacallit. And go on over. There's loads over in the way of Hard Enough Podcast. I don't know if we'll get back to it. A couple of people have been asking. Just Owen has just gotten busy. And I fucking like that. I'm getting busier and busier too. Thank God. Putting things in place for next year. Starting to learn lines and shit again. So it is tricky. It is tricky to do the two things. And there's the Tom and Jerry show. That is making a return. We've already exchanged notes on that one, so we know exactly. It's going to be done like a magazine show, just like we had done in the past. And we're going to bang out the next season. So we'll do that over the Christmas holidays. We'll get it done. But there's loads there. So go have a look at them if you want. There's also the Buckshot Sideshow, which is up on the YouTube page, which is making a return. Because this week's guest, we discussed it prior to starting recording. So this week's guest, which will be out on Friday for general release. But if you're a Patreon, you're going to get this later on today. You're going to get the video and the ad-free audio version. And by fuck, strap in. Strap in. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And there is the merch shop. All these, of course, are in the show notes down the bottom. Look down there. Click on through. If you can't, some of the fucking weird apps don't let you click on through. So, T-Republic, Buckshot Podcast. That's what you're looking for. Same on Patreon. Buckshot Podcast. You know what I mean? It's down there. You can see it. Sometimes you can't click through on it. It helps support the podcast. Throw a couple of $1 hairs at it. Send me on some links. On Instagram. Send me a screen grab of whatever you've gotten. Or, just send me a picture of you wearing or drinking from or cuddling up to whatever you got from the merch shop. Also, I would like, if you don't want to do any of that and you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you know the crack. There's a front runner. We have a front runner. Because I need to see, because some people are listening through different countries' Apple Podcasts. So there's nice comments on fucking Australia Apples. There's a fucking nice comments on America Apple. There's nice comments on fucking a few other countries around the place. So I don't get to see them all. So send me a screen grab on Instagram. Tom O'Mahony Comedy or Buckshot Podcast, and I'll fucking repost it. But also you'll be going into so I'm going to pick it on the 21st, the winner of the best comment left, the best, nicest comment, or funniest comment, whatever you want to do on the Apple Podcast. I don't think you can leave them on other ones. If you can, fucking screen grab it, it still counts. And there'll be a t-shirt going out to the winner. There is a front runner at the minute, but can be knocked off their perch. I'll be choosing it on the 21st. We will be having a live Patreon podcast. So become a Patreon if you want to come get drunk with the rest of us on the 20th, Sunday the 20th. I'm going to do it the night of Sunday the 20th. I know there's a few people over t'other way, timelines or whatever. I'm going to try and do it as late as I can to see without it getting fucking ridiculous, so that we can get people in the Americas on board and stuff like that. So it'll be Sunday, we'll all get drunk together, and if it's half as good a crack as the last one, by Jesus, we'll be in for a good one. So get on board for that. I'd sign up for the month, or sign up forever, whatever you feel like. But that'll be on the 20th. We'll be doing a live Ramble Pod, a Royal Ramble as they're known. We'll be doing it on either Get Vocal or we might do it on Zoom. I don't know. I'm half thinking lean into Zoom a small bit. let more people in, it's less fucking... I think I might do it that way altogether, just to make it handier. And that's all of it, really. I mean, other than that, lads, just fucking, get a tattoo of it and show it to your friends and tell them all about it. Just something small like that would be great. Be great. Oh, Lord, like I said, this week's episode is already recorded it last night. And it's long. It's long, and it's juicy, and it's thick. What the fuck is wrong with me? Yeah, I'll tell you how long it is. How long is it, Tom? It's fair long, lads. Oh, Lord. You can hardly get around the side of it. It's that big. It's a big episode. It's just shy of 3 fucking hours. Yeah. And the full HD video will be up on the Patreon page. Only viewable by Patreons. Also the ad-free version, because I can tell you here now, there's going to be some amount of fucking ads in it. I can tell you here now, there's going to be some amount of fucking ads in it for general release. Now, I know there'll be people listening to this who they'll be listening to that podcast and they'll never think, oh, this fucker's a lot of ads in it. Because, there will be a crossover. There's going to be a surge. There always is when the likes of Gordo comes around the place. So it's going to be a surge of new people. So if you have gone back just to go for reference, I'm going to listen to the podcast just beforehand for the ad-free shit, which I think I did announce it anyway. Jump on over. Go over to the Patreons. There it is. It's a juicy one. And fuck is it good. Fuck is it a good episode. It's controversial as fuck. Yeah. Little bit of controversy. Which is, just a little bit of spice. Why not? It's controversial as fuck. I stand back and let Gordo, basically, he knows. He knows this shit far better than I do. I don't investigate nothing. Nothing. Unless it's sports related, I probably don't investigate it much. I just like the funny shit. All the rest of it, I don't read fucking nothing. That's the only thing that's keeping me sane, is not reading into things. But he has the capacity to keep that fucking craziness under control. I don't. So I don't read into much shit. So I like to sit back and listen to experts. And he is very much an expert in all these kind of things. But there's a few things you're going, I don't know about that, Gora. And I guarantee you. But I love that. That's good. That's good. That's called discourse. That's good. Having a chit-chat back and forth. We laughed immensely. A lot of flute talking. A lot of Mickey chat. There really is, I have to admit. As was to be expected. We did an episode... of his one... because I was lined up to do 2 more of Voodoo and the Rothschilds. I mean, I'm fucking with Mickey Bartlett and fucking Shane Brown. You joke me, the crack. That'd be fucking animalistic. But we get into a lot of it. If you haven't heard of Gordo, you haven't been listening to this fucking podcast, that's the case. It's a very good one. There's a long time coming back around the place. And if you fucking brand new to it, there's a gazillion. I don't think I mentioned it for the new people on last night, but there's a gazillion other fucking podcasts. Go listen to from all sorts of people who are like, there's sports people, comedians, singers, fucking dancers. Literally, you can't. There's actors, there's fucking writers, there's nutritionists. Everybody from Paul Howard, who writes the Ross Carroll Kelly books, to fucking Samantha Mumba, to Aisling O'Neill, fucking Paul Collins, who else is in there? Fucking Nikki Hayes. There's fucking... You'll recognise most of the people if you know anything about Irish heritage or Irish fucking crack. Go have a gander at it. It's all there. Jesus Christ, I've been self-promoting this fucker for a long time, haven't I? Sorry, lads. Jesus. Mary and Joseph. I know. I just feel you're supposed to do it, aren't you? I don't know, I think you're supposed to do it. Well, fuck me. Nora's after getting the vaccine. Yeah? Nora is after getting the vaccine. Who got the first vaccine? I don't think her name is fucking Nora. She is, I mean, they're sticking their head on it that she is... the Irish Times have just said she's an Irish woman. She's an Irish woman straight out the gate. Well, it started off British woman. That was the first thing I read today. Then Northern Irish woman. And now it's Irish woman. The Irish Times, fair play to him. Apparently she's from Enniskillen, but she's lived in the UK for years. She's about 175, and fair fucking play to her. She got dressed up for the occasion. Good on you. What's her name? What the fuck's her name? Margaret Keenan. Well, Margaret got the first jab this morning. Now, if she grows a dick out of her forehead, we all know to fucking keep an eye on that vaccine until... But chances are at 90, loaded with fucking heroin. Do you know? go for it. Lash it into me, boss. If you're 90, let's be fair. I mean, I know it's controversial, isn't it? And everybody's doing the usual fucking memes. You know, Karen on Facebook. I'm not putting that shit in my arm, but Karen, you're hoovering up, and like, it's annoying me. There's a lot of comics who I thought more of are putting these things up a week or 2, 3 weeks after it's been done to fucking death by every half-arse gobshite. And there's a couple of good people who had respect for you going, wind it in. It's an old fucking joke. And it's a throwaway. At best, it's in a stage performance, that joke is a throwaway at best. That's not one you're going to be doing, you know, a couple of times a fucking week. Like, that's a throwaway. Comes to mind. You don't even write that down. That sort of stuff is like, boom, there you go. Let's have a little giggle and get on. You're not hanging your whole set around that fucking joke, and people are actually banging it out. I've seen one particular person has put it out 3 times in 3 different guises. I'm like, it wasn't overly funny the first fucking time. But it's up to yourself. The good lady wife is in. She's pulling drawers over and over. You're all right. You're all right, love. She's trying to be very quiet here. Failing badly at it, but it's all right. It's all right. This microphone won't pick it up too badly anyway. It's all right. But yeah. Sure, look, we'll all get the fucking vaccine, lads, will we? And just see, can we go back to fucking normal, see what happens. Like, but I am kind of glad that another country, relatively close to us, is giving it a go first. I know we have a lot of English listeners here. Tell us what it's like, lads. What's it taste like? Is it weird? Does it get fuzzy when you take, you know? What are the long-term side effects? Well, I can tell you here now, Margaret is not worried about coming off her fucking Harley Davidson after fucking using this stuff. Do you know? She's 90. She's like, get it in there. Put one in the other arm while you're at it. I'm off fucking ice skating. Do you know? Let's roll the dice. I'm guessing they trialed it out. Apparently there was a fortune to be made if you were willing to be the one of the guinea pigs. Like, I think Germany they did a huge test, like in like 30,000 people or something. But it's Pfizer they're going with. They signed up with Pfizer now. Pfizer apparently can do what? I think they're doing 90%. And the Moderna crowd are doing 94 or something. Hey, I like stem odds. I think I'll get it. I'll get it if it means I can get back fucking gigging. I don't like. There's a creepy notion that, you know, you can't do certain things if you haven't got it. But you're like, if you have it and everybody who's concerned with it has the fucking vaccine, ain't it all okay to play on? Like, is that what you're saying? You know, so. But I do think it's kind of creepy forcing people to take this fucking thing. You fucking take it or don't take it. Roll the fucking dice. People are going heavy too about the anti-mask thing. It's like, what? Man, have you gotten... I mean, I guess you have nothing else on. That's a fair point. Is this the fucking rock you're going to perish on? Masks? Throw it on to fuck. Sure gives a fuck, like. Do you know? If you live in a highly densely populated city, you're sucking up a lot of shite anyway. Do you know? Like an old filter on a fag. You're sucking up some amount of old shite anyway. Rather than living out the countryside, sucking up old fucking squirrel farts and all the rest of it about as bad as you get it out here, like. So I'm just saying, fucking lash it into and drive on at this stage now. What difference does it make? We fucking open up the pubs, will you? Open up the fucking theatres and the clubs. Whatever the fuck it takes now at this stage, you know. But fair play to you, Margaret. Took a shot in the arm at 104 or whatever age you are. We're getting to see the grandfather at the weekend. I haven't seen the man in yonks. Speaking of old people, I guess he'll go for it. He's fairly easy going about them sort of things. Although you never know. He can be stern with some stuff. He can turn around and go, shove it up your hole. And I won't question the man on it. But he's fairly open-minded. This is the man that went for gay marriage. Then poor old misfortunes. Stay married to get married. Leave him off. That was his attitude to it a couple of years back. Himself and the wife, the grandmother, Lord have mercy on her. That was their attitude. Let them drive on. It's not going to cost me a fucking penny, is it? Nah, drive on. The hotels look great. You know, so he'd probably be okay with it. So hopefully we'll get to see. Hoping to get to see him at the weekend. A story popped up the other day. I say a story as if the two of us have a fucking news desk here in the house. Like, we were talking about turtles. And would you get a turtle as a pet? Like, you know, is it a good pet to get? Are they a tough old pet to get? Because I'm not a fucking dog. We're talking about getting more dogs and stuff. But Jesus Christ, that little savage that we have, she's a fucking headbanger. Like, do you know, she's a lot of work. You know, Don't listen to a fucking thing. I think thank God we had the dog first. That's my advice to anybody. I think I might have mentioned this before. My advice to anybody thinking of having a child, have a dog first. Get all your bad habits. Much like the vaccine being trialled out on our neighbours and cousins over there first. If they go all grow Mickeys at their heads, no offence, lads, but if you do, let us know, will you? Get a dog first, because you will do all your fuck-ups on that. We're trying to be stern as hell on the kid. Didn't do any of it with the dog. So, but we're talking about turtles. And I thought I dreamt this. You know, in the parts of your childhood you're going, I'd say I might have dreamt that. Did that actually happen at all? We had terrapins, which is a way less aggressive thing than they actually sound like. I know they sound like terrapins, which is fucking lethal. But there were tiny turtles. And we accidentally got... Well, I say accidentally, what the fuck would we know? Where are terrapins native to? Let's fucking see where terrapins are native to. Terrapins. Hey, laptop, I thought you listened to me. I thought these fucking things listened to me. From. Watch, I'll be fucking inundated with fucking terrapin ads tomorrow. Terrapin. Jeez, I don't need to know all their fucking names. Where are they fucking from? Where do terrapins come from? Well, good question. So, I don't know what makes them fucking... They're originally from... Okay, so they're from Florida. Well, we thought we were getting terrapins. Turns out, they were red-eared snappers. They had little red stripes on their side, but they were tiny. But they're only tiny as long as you keep them in that tiny tank. And after a while... we stopped fucking being interested in it. Figured, how would it do outside? How would it do outside? Because I think a turtle would be a pretty cool thing to have, but we didn't know the temperature. We were just talking about it. And then I went, hold on. The terrapins at home survived outside. The parents have a big old fish pond. It's kind of a naturally looking fucking thing. You know what I mean? It's not square. It has a load of fish, big, which again are gone as big as fucking carp. Big old fucking koi looking heads in the fuckers. And all they were was goldfish. They'd grown massive. But now the same thing happened with the fucking turtles. These two terrapins got as big as fucking hens. They were massive. They ate all the fish. They fucking jacked everything in the side of the pond. They fucked up everything. They ate a load of the fucking... And then all of a sudden, they're gone. 2 fucking terrapins / turtles that are called snappers. And I often thought about that. After rethinking about it, I definitely did think about it. I was like, are we like the people that released mink back in the day? Like, are these turtles wandering the fuck? Did they go out and just stick their little thumbs out on the road in South Tipperary? Just fucking head off into the wilderness with little knapsacks on their back, going, fuck that place, let's find some more fish. And just went around fucking jacking fish around the place. But like, they don't reproduce like mink. But there'll be fable stories in years to come where these giant turtles, as big as fucking hens, or as big as geese by the time they get there, just going around fucking up everybody's fish. And that's where I'm at, people. That's where I'm at now. Thinking things like that. You know? The moral of the story and the end of the story was that I don't think we're going to get a turtle. Or a tortoise. Or whichever one lasts for fucking ever. Because I think there's something a bit... I know they talk about, isn't it frightening, your dog dying and stuff like that. But also I think there's something a little discomforting about knowing that a pet is definitely going to outlive you as well. It's like, motherfucker, what? I'm supposed to be the superior one out of the two of us. And you're going to live beyond all of us, in fact, in this house. Because you might live to like 140 or something. There's something a bit discomforting, you know. It puts them on a bit of a pedestal that I'm not sure I'm comfortable with. Because they're definitely going to have an attitude, aren't they? Turtle looking at you going, where the fuck are you going, Sonny Jim? I'm only 60. I'm not even middle age right now. I'm not even middle age. I might hit fucking double this. I might hit fucking 2.5 times this. You're giving me shit? Fuck you. Do you know, a dog's never going to look at you like that. Dog will be dead inside 16 years. Tops. Okay, I'm guessing like the oldest dog is 20 or whatever. But you get what I'm saying. Dog will always be like, please fucking feed me. Fucking please feed me. I love you. As a turtle will be like, just open the fucking door, man. I'll sort it out myself. I'll be back in 30 years to take the house, so you may as well leave it to me. Just a thought. Just a fucking thought. very, very fucked up in the head after the amount of alien stuff we watch. And it wasn't indicative of the notion that, okay, it probably was, but I heard it just, the planets aligned. And it wasn't, I don't know what the phrase is, when you're more responsive to a thing because you know it's coming up, or like, you're going to buy a red car and you see nothing but fucking red car. You know that, I'm not searching what that is, because we'd be here all fucking night. But what I'm saying is, I think accidentally we ended up watching a lot of shit about aliens and stuff, knowing who was coming on the podcast. There's no need. There is no need with Gordo Rochford. You don't need to research anything. Just go, hey, fucking aliens, what's that about? And you just started the engine there with a full tank, basically is what I'm saying. That's it. I didn't need to. It's fine to chime in every so often, but what's the point? The man has fucking so much when you ask him a question. So, but we ended up watching this thing based on, it was, listen to a little bit of Joe Rogan, and Joe could be a bit fucking heavy, but the two lads he was talking to had made a show called The Phenomenon. I can't remember what I found it on, but I found it anyway, but it's well worth the watch. It's very good. Fucking lovely. Aliens. Lovely. Grand. In and out in an hour and a bit, right? Proper documentary length. And then I was listening to Rob Lowe's podcast. And he was talking with Jane Lynch. And he went, and it's from like a month or two ago. So it just happened to tie in by pure fluke. And they were talking about aliens. And he said, find the show Above Majestic. Find that. Blow your fucking tits off. Well, 2.5 hours later, 2 hours are a fucking nervous wreck looking at the thing. There's fucking lads, there's lizards, there's fucking trains flying around under the fucking Earth's crust around the fucking planet. They're training children how to be I don't know what's. They've got a fucking base on the moon, and they're shooting submarines with alien technology, gravity fucking lift technology. They're shooting them up into the sky. And some of these submarines can clip together and be a kilometre long. Asher, for the love of fucking Jesus. And then JFK gets shot in the middle of it. That's about the crux of the whole thing. But if you're into that, go give it a fucking watch. It's heavy. It's like this fucking, we were warped after it. We were fucking right after it. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. So Above Majestic and The Phenomenon. There you go. Speaking of phenomenon, guys, what a segue. Breakdancing. Yes, you heard me correctly. Breakdancing is going to be in the next Olympics. Huh? And sure, why wouldn't it be, says you? Why wouldn't it be? Now, I don't know. Like, I suppose, sure, what's the fucking difference like between that and figure skating and whatnot? Sure, just leaping around the place on their heads and all the rest of it. But it's going to be a bit uncouth, isn't it? Like, because the Olympics are a bit snobbish, like, when it comes to sports, and even when it's the snobbish finish when it gets there, like, even the boxing is a bit fucking tame. It's about as wild as it gets. There's nobody fucking roaring. It's like the horse riding is like very well done. People are excited, right? People are excited and they're behaving like fun. But have you ever watched like a fucking, what do they call them, beat boy or bad boy, like grown ass fucking? That's the only problem I have. I have friends who wear this kind of shit, but it's grown ass men dressing like for fucking little children. Which, I won't lie, some of the stuff that the young fella has, I'd fucking wear it myself, but that's your competitive gear. And that's what breakdancing is to me. I see, like, you're 48, man, and you're spinning on your head, and everybody's like, no, with their hands over their mouth and stuff. You're like, I can't believe you fucking spun around your flute. You're like, what? It's like the Happy Gilmore fucking crowd in Happy Gilmore going on the PGA Tour. Is that what's going to happen in, like, is it Paris 2020, whatever? That's going to be like, all of us, and here we have stepping up to the little piece of linoleum in the middle of the arena. Surrounded, that's the thing. He's got to make breakdancing a thing. They have to be in close, like, and they're all surrounded, and they're spinning their hats backwards, and they're standing up, and their trousers are hanging out, and their fucking asses hanging out, and they're all like, nah, son. Like, and it's, I can't wait to see the format. Are they going to be like chalking? Like, is they going to be very serious? Like, like flat peak caps, but they'll be all like specifically, because they'll have to be like, to keep it fair, you got to be wearing the right gear. Like, that's the thing. You can't be picking your own shit. Do you know what I mean? Everything has to be above board. So are they just going to be doing it in gymnast gear? And just at the very end of it, like, just stand up dead straight with their hands in the air after doing the fucking worm. Like, is it? I'm actually looking forward to seeing it, just to see, is it going to be the toned down version, or are they going to kind of scumbag it up like Happy Gilmore did with fucking the PGA Tour? They should fucking throw in everything. There's enough people to watch it. Throw in everything. Why did they throw in MMA? Throw that in. Throw it into fuck, because somebody's going to go on the steroids. That's just the way of the. That's it. With steroids. Some lad walks into, like, just spin on his head for fucking 10 minutes. Neck like a fucking leg. Just welded, just a fucking giant big square head just welded onto his shoulders. He does positive fucking just injecting steroids into his neck. Because somebody will do it. There's too much in it. People love to do steroids for an amateur sport. I don't know why, but they gotta win. They gotta fucking win. I'm not going to stay long. Because, to be fair, this week's fucking podcast is Intensio. So I'm not going to stay long. I did, because I always look up the stupid news for you. A Limerick woman, actually, herself sent this on to me the other day, just for, like, the way, like, they went for a title. Limerick woman fined for being drunk in a pub. That's it. A woman has been ordered to pay 300 quid. So it was in Cappamore. County Limerick. So there was a background to that. I know we won't go into it. She drank too much. The lady of the house. I love this. Like, this is such a local solicitor. Like, Ted McCarthy, on behalf of Miss McConville. There was a background to that. You can imagine him winking, like, while saying it, like, you know, and not, you know, reading it from the steps. And I won't go into it. She drank too much, and the lady of the house, to be protective, said that to finish her drink and leave. Miss McConville took exception to this and said I wouldn't leave. The lady of the house knew her. I was being protective now, by ringing the fucking guards and telling her to get out the fuck. Get out of this pub, you're drunk. Yeah, she got arrested for being drunk in a pub. And that's it. She didn't swing an arm at anybody, nothing. She didn't hit anybody. She didn't lash out. She literally got fined 300 quid for being drunk inside the pub. Man, can you fucking imagine it? There's a bear shitting in the woods right now, looking over his shoulder going, oh, the Tiger King never goes away, lads. Oh, he never goes away. He's after messaging. He's after sending a letter to Kim Kardashian for help getting him a pardon from Donald Trump. So yeah, I mean, Trump is possibly, I don't know, you'll have to listen to the expert, Gordo, on Friday, or if you're a Patreon, you'll get it today/tomorrow. Donald Trump was apparently out the door, but sure, who knows now at this stage. But it was basically the Tiger King. So before he goes, Exotic wrote to Kim Kardashian West, who previously lobbied for clemency for a woman from Tennessee with Trump and was successful in her crusade. Exotic. I love that. His name is like fucking probably O'Brien or something like. Exotic is hoping for something similar. And this is the letter. I know you've never met me and may never want to. However, I do believe that you hold the values of our justice system dear to your heart. I'm writing to you this letter, not as Joe Exotic, but as a person, Joseph. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Joseph Maldonado Passage. Passage. Asking you to please help me and by that, taking 10 minutes of your life, placing a call to President Trump to look at my 257-page pardon. It's all the evidence I'm innocent. And ask him to sign my pardon so I can return home to my husbands, Dylan, and my father. Hold on. Am I reading this correctly? lads, we need some commas in here and some fucking proper punctuation. So I can return home to my husband, Dylan, and my father. Okay. Jesus. Right. Okay. A couple of brackets wouldn't hurt. I'm reading like a prick. I have lost 57 years of my work, my zoo, my animals. My mother has died. My dad is dying. And I've been taken away from my husband, who I love. Is he the one with the no teeth? Which one? Or is he the second one? Did he end up with a third one? Did he get he did. He got a third fella. He got a third fella. That's right. Fucking hell. There'd be women out there going, I can't get fucking one fella. This whore. Girls, you need to get yourself some meth. You need to trap a man. Get yourself some meth. Delicious by all accounts. Everyone is so busy making movies, getting interviews, selling stuff, and dressing up like me that everybody forgot I'm the real life person in prison. Kept from telling my own story or something I didn't do. Will you please help me? And getting the phone call. No one even has to know you did it. That last little bit is like, hey, but just our little secret. Don't you worry about Miss Kim. I'll tell you, I won't even say nothing. I'll just say it just happened. Praise the Lord. And you just go on about your day, with fucking big stupid head and saying stupid shit like, just go on. Be getting on with that. Just real nice if you did that for me. Thank you. Jesus Christ. I mean, Carol Baskin. I don't know. I know it became like it's a phenomenon, isn't it? In that it became so fucking popular, and the way it just shows good TV making, I should say, in that they were able to clearly a horrendous human in Joe Exotic, but we all ended up fucking liking him for some reason. How the fuck did that happen? We all hated Carol. We all hate Carol Baskin. She ain't the one in prison. Joe is. And I mean, everything stacked against it. It opened with that guy who smoked the fags with the talk through his nose and just went, he's the biggest fucking lunatic I've ever met and I could never work with fucking psychopaths. And then, I mean, Carl's out there saving fucking tigers. And this guy, one of his employees got their arm bitten off and his only thing was, I will never financially recover from this. That was it. Jesus. Anyway. Lighter note before I head off, a Namibian politician named Adolf Hitler. Yep, you heard it. There you go. Adolf Hitler Uono was elected last week as councillor for the Umpunja constituency. In an interview with German news, Das Bild, in an interview with German newspaper Das Bild, he insisted it had nothing to do with Nazi ideology. Now, I know some of these lads are mad fuckers, like they call themselves fucking Wonder Boy and Goldchild and stuff like that, because why not? Why fucking not? Adolf, like other Germanic names, is not uncommon in the country, which was once a German colony. Oh, okay, but you'd nearly... Do you know, like Oliver? Oliver is as a name you could have gone for. Just anything. Just somewhere close with the symbol, a vowel up the front. Could have gone for Alan. Anything. He was elected for a ruling SWAPO party, which led to the campaign. Okay, so Mr. Uono admitted that his father had named him after the Nazi leader, but said he probably didn't understand what Adolf Hitler stood for. As a child, I saw it as a totally normal name. So he gave him, but he went full hog, like. He went all in. Like if you named your kid after Joe Exotic, you just called him Joe and gave him yours. They went full name. Adolf Hitler Uono. What the come on, lads. You would love to do it for a day though, wouldn't you? Just to walk into Starbucks. And they go, name, Adolf Hitler. O'Mahony. And then show him your driver's license. Go, motherfucker. Get it. Get it on. Let's see you fuck that one up. Anyway, that's Just to finish on a silly lighter note. Long ass podcast, fun ass podcast coming out this Friday for general release. It'll be out to the Patreons within a couple of hours of you getting this one in your ear holes along with the video and the ad-free version of everything. Now, go on away, boys and girls. Mind yourselves. And I'll talk to you again later in the week. Good night, God bless, and thanks.